They rather still lie and hide behind the economy instead of just saying, I didn't want that black Indian woman married to the Jew to be president. Somebody who was overqualified versus a guy who was underqualified with 6 bankruptcies, 34 felonies, 91 indictments, and 2 impeachments. You mean to tell me it wasn't race? It must have been, because the thought of a black woman, a woman of color, controlling anything, even though she was highly qualified, scared the absolute Hell out of people in America. Not to mention, they stole the you-know-what anyway. Him and his little Tesla buddy stole the you-know-what, and they found it. Somebody knows. Somebody knows. But here's the reality. They don't care. They ain't said nothing about it. They might come up later. Like I said, I think Elon's going to jail 100%, no matter what. But this is the country we're in. This is America. So now when black folks are looking at the audacity of whiteness, you know, the audacity that says, oh my God, they're coming and they're stealing brown people out of nowhere and just taking them, and oh no, they're betraying their rights. And black folks are sitting there like, where'd they get that from for the last 160 years? Yeah, they really knew how to process them really quick without due process. Wonder where they learned that for the last 160 years. And then they wonder, well, we should care about that. We do. We care. We care. We cared so much. We asked your motherfucking asses to make sure you showed up at the polls because this guy was going to do it. But you had to learn and actually see it. Stupid ass Latino people who didn't vote. I'm not talking about all Latinos. Big shout out to the Latinos who voted at 60%. Thank you. And those Latino brothers who did vote for Kamala, thank you. I'm not trying to blame everybody, but I'm trying to point it out and say, listen, y'all crazy as hell. Y'all didn't think this was going to happen? Y'all didn't think this was going to show up? And I understand what some Latinos say. They say, hey, we got our own white Latinos. That's an interesting flip on the phrase. They do. They got some people who half white or a quarter white or think they white or think they got the chances of being white. And the reality is they're begging for it so much, and now what are they getting? They're getting shipped out the country. Hey, listen, they ain't fucking around. Obviously, they are not playing. They are coming for you. Now the question is, are you going to learn this lesson or are you going to repeat it? That's my big concern. Same thing for white women. Are you going to learn this lesson or repeat it? I'm not talking to the ones who voted for Kamala. Thank you. I'm talking to the ones who are watching this ish go over and over again, and you repeat it. You turn. You did that during Hillary Clinton's situation. And then they ended up coming for women's rights then from that point on in the first term. He was going to double down. We knew he was going to double down. That's the thing. It's like, whoa, hold on. You going to let this man double down on you? No. We got a racial problem in America. Duh. We got a misogyny problem in America. Duh. We got an issue with people hating on the Jews. Duh. Even within our own black community. I told the black community, this is what I want you to remember about the Kamala Harris voting. Remember that behind black people who voted at 85+%, both men and women was at 93, men were at 80+%. Behind that were the Jews. They had 75% exit polls. They showed up for Kamala. We can't say nothing about the Jews on that. I'm just, the whole anti-Semitism is stupid anyway, just as much as racism. And no, we're going to ignore Kanye. He's got a problem in the head. I'm from Chicago, but he ain't even, he ain't even a conversation. That boy ain't even 100% in the head. But I'm going to tell you this. Remember what we going through. Remember what we going through. It doesn't mean we don't show up at the polls. I tell you this too. They better make sure that Kamala, I hope Kamala doesn't go for governor. They better make sure Kamala, because if Kamala runs for president again, which we hope she does, they better not give us any kind of problems. I don't want to hear nobody else as a candidate. The only time I hear another candidate is if she's not running, I want to see Mike Walls. Everybody else. Subscribe for more if you're feeling what I said.